fresh sound. WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
It is 7:45 here in St. Vincent and Grenadines, soon to be 7:46, and welcome back to Activated Mornings this morning. You're listening to Ari, and with me in studio is Christal this morning. So, Christal, what are we talking about next?
Good morning once again. So, apparently, while some of us were working, some of us were eating, sleeping, whatever we were doing, we clocked another homicide last night in Green Hill this time. The G's are like, they're just rolling, man. Gibson Corner, Green Hill.
The G's really rolling?
Triple G's. So that's like number 4. I don't know how I feel about what is today? Today's the 8th of February.
Black History Month.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's not as bad. I guess the feeling is not as bad as last year. However, one homicide is one homicide too many. But it seems to me that as soon as you have one shooting or one killing, it just opens the floodgates, and then you just have them like one after the next. Like they were just all sitting, waiting for somebody to say, go. And then we just start killing. I don't know if it's indicative of like a tit for tat sort of thing, but it might be just a coincidence. It also reminds me of sometimes whenever there's like a suicide locally, it happens with multiples. So like you would have like 1, 2, or 3. Mm-hmm. If one happens, then like following that, there's a second, either attempt or successful. I've seen it happen in the past. Pregnancies too, actually. But that's like within a particular circle. That's a different topic for a different day. But I don't know how you feel about it again.
I just feel like Black History Month, the month of love, we shouldn't be putting this energy out there. That's me personally, and we always talk about conflict should be resolved, and then we hear, okay, there's another shooting at this point, at this time. We don't have a lot of information about the shooting more than there was a shooting last night, but I mean, we keep asking for more, and we're not getting more.
Careful what more you're asking for, you know.
More peace.
Oh, more peace.
More peace, please. More peace.
It's a difficult thing to ask for more peace, because you have to ask and then act. And people have to be conscious enough to say, all right, you know what? This is not the right thing for me to do. But there are some folks who are so embedded in a particular lifestyle or a particular mindset that you could preach Paul, no pun intended, because we're going to be talking to some pastors in a while. You could preach Paul to these folks and like nothing will change their mind. I mean, I want to feel like sometimes with some of these people, they come from like traumatic past, and any little thing will just like trigger them off, and then they go and trigger off their firearms on people. Conflict resolution again. Mm-hmm. Teaching an old dog a new trick. Very difficult.
But yes, speaking about shootings in St. Vincent and Grenadines, the $50 reward is still up for grabs.
$50?
$50,000 reward is still up for grabs. Thank you, Christal.
Ain't nobody gonna put their life at risk for $50.
I don't think anybody gonna put their life at risk, period.
50,000 is a substantial amount of money.
Yeah, but the shooting happened when? In June?
The person is thinking about it.
July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 8 months.
They are praying long and hard.
8 months.
Putting in a lot of prayer.
You really feel it? People don't know anything? It had people videoing the shooting. You really feel people don't know anything?
Just because you're videoing a shooting don't mean you record it in high quality enough for you to pick up something.
I'm not saying that based on the video that you could see what happened. I'm saying the fact that people were videoing, it happened in an area where you could look over. There must have been somebody who saw something.
What if the information that has been provided thus far is not substantial enough?
And what if people just afraid to provide that information?
Maybe the people who know already passed away. That too.
Went dark. It's a fact. It's a fact.
It
It's
is
a
a
fact.
possibility.
But let me not say a fact. It's a possibility, you're right.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but
It's a conjunction.
but if I was to witness something like that, something that's never been seen before, drive-by of that magnitude, and you saw the video, it was rat-a-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. I am not going to feel comfortable giving any information at all because I do not know how it is that I'm putting myself at risk. Is
Yeah.
$50,000 worth it? We would encourage people to speak up, but realistically speaking, if you saw something like that happen in St. Vincent, St. Vincent is a small place, would you want to say anything?
You see, and that is a problem right there.
Of course, it's a problem.
Why we will continue to give these criminals a lot of power is because we are, and I don't give people wrong for considering all factors at play, but until somebody takes that, I guess they perceive it as risk, until somebody steps
It's
forward
risk.
and says, I know this is information, but you could also give that information confidentially.
That is true.
You can be a witness in a case and nobody knows, well, not nobody, but the perpetrators or the accused don't have to know who you are. You can give evidence virtually. You could be in the US, the UK, wherever, and testify.
But we need to also consider that, like I said, St. Vincent is a very small place. And that is why people don't feel safe coming forward and saying something, because somebody knows somebody who knows somebody. Somebody probably saw you going to the station while they're at the station. Police
Phone
officer
call.
might recklessly mention it to somebody else. These things are all possibilities.
Right,
And these things are all people. I like how you have
Yeah, you have to
But-
figure out and find a way, because I mean these are 5 lives that were lost, right?
Mm,
And it could quite possibly go down in our records as becoming another cold case. Like, do we really want this I don't want to call it stigma, but the mass murder, 5 individuals gone one time, go down in history as like being unsolved? It'll look
course.
really bad on the police force.
It's not only the police force, it then speaks to the level of safety that persons would feel here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, knowing that this could happen and then nothing could come out of it.
Right. So if we are considering the effects or the benefits to one, getting a little $50,000 and what's not, but to coming forward and giving information that can assist in this case here, you're actually helping out the entire nation.
Yeah,
You could be a hero.
but ain't nobody
Or a
trying to be
she-ro.
St. Vincent. Ain't nobody trying to be a martyr.
I do all cases end up being detrimental to the witness?
We don't know.
Or is it that the cases that are promoted and shared and quote unquote marketed, talked about, are the ones where the witness ends up with the rotten end of the stick, or
Yeah, but my question is, realistically speaking, have we ever seen that?
seen what?
That a witness was killed or attacked because of their testimony in court here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
Well, there are a number of stories online, and when you read the stories, it has happened before,
Mm-hmm.
right? It has happened before.
How recent?
I can't recall, maybe within the last year or 2 years.
Mm.
There are 1 or 2 in between there, and they would say in their little write-up, XYZ was a witness in X ABC case, and all coincidence.
You know when that
I feel
happened?
like just last year,
Yeah, the Edinburgh
The-
shooting.
Edinburgh, I was thinking Leyu.
Oh, yes, that as well.
Leyu. Pretty sure there was a connection to a gentleman who was a witness and was killed.
But the Edinburgh happened after Lee, where the guy shot the 2
recall.
people
Oh,
around Christmas time.
oh,
It was.
boy, there's so many I can't even remember the finer details for these things here.
Is it so many though?
Last year it was so many compared to previous
Compared to.
years. I don't know how people in Jamaica and Trinidad and like larger countries. Let me not single out these two countries because I think it's bad.
I like to single them out because they're horrible.
They're not as horrible, man.
Woo!
They're not that horrible. Per
Not
capita?
compared to us.
Capita?
Let's not talk about per capita.
Per
because
100,000.
If 50 people is dying per 100,000, I would feel safer in a country where there has been 50 murders a year than where there's 100 and something murders in a year.
But the rate, I would look at the rate.
All right.
In this country here, it's more likely that XYZ gonna kill ABC. And ladies and gentlemen,
We have
sometimes things do happen. We just gotta continue like nothing ever happened. There's few comments on the WhatsApp. All right. No worries, man. No worries. We have just a few minutes shy of 8 o'clock. It's 4 minutes on to 8. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at WEFM99 SVG. Let me just read out some comments on the WhatsApp. And the WhatsApp number was 457-9997. I think the thing for that is underneath there. But the good thing is we always have two, so we can fiddle ourselves. Let's just continue talking. I'll fix it. All right. Coming up at 8 o'clock, it's Thursday. Oh, I forgot to tell folks, we did a little swap. So Release came in yesterday, and now I'm here today. All right. Okay. Let's just mash up and buy back. Somebody says, good morning, Christal and Ari. Why are these parents in St. Vincent do like the mother in Jamaica? She gave up her son. He broke into a shop and stole items from these parents and girlfriends, putting with the criminals. What did she do exactly? All right. So we're going to end the live and end the discussion, and we'll come back at 8 o'clock with Cop Chat, or 8 to 5.